Ianis Hagi, who has
Yeah.
been reintegrated back into the first team squad. Only maybe 6 or 8 weeks late, but he's back in there.
If only someone had listened to what we were saying right after the Euros. It's been astonishing. I mean, I remember Scott McDermott making the point as well. There was a guy that was the last SPFL player remaining at major international finals during the summer. The last guy standing. And at that point, there's a premium on his head, especially being an attacking player.
Mm-hmm.
Any player that's, you know, one of the sort of more creative options in any of the teams at that stage in the competition should have a fairly hefty fee attached to him. And somehow Rangers have managed to rub that fee right out, because he's now a guy that is a B team player at Rangers. He's been wasting away, all because of, you know, whether it's, you know, the suggestion was an increase in wages of $6,000 a week. Perhaps another payment to Genk would have been due for one more top team appearance. It was absolutely bonkers for Rangers to allow this situation to develop in the manner that it did. We said it weeks ago, sit him down. This boy, we're talking about a guy whose attitude is absolutely outstanding. And you hear from people around Auchenhowie that he's one of the first players in every morning. He's one of the last to leave. He goes and does extra shooting practice. He's been playing for this B team. He's not been throwing one in and saying, I'm not fit, I don't want to play, or, you know, my hamstring's feeling a bit tight halfway through a match. He's played every minute of every game.
Aye.
His attitude has been exemplary. He's absolutely an example of what a professional footballer should look like. And Rangers have treated him terribly. Even to the fact, by the way, that, well, a month ago, Philippe Clement, let me just get this right. Philippe Clement at the end of the transfer window, so start of September. We spoke about that months ago. He was asked if there's any way back. We spoke about that months ago. We were really open and honest with him and his agent that we don't see him becoming the next number 10 for Rangers for the next couple of years. So to look out for other opportunities. That story stays the same. And for sure, with Barami now in the building, you have this situation. So even at the end of the window, Clement boxed himself in there, which again seems like a managerial misstep to me. Why did he do that? Why did he say publicly that this guy's just not good enough to cut it? What an incredible comment to come away with. And on top of all that, they also took his number off him, his squad number, and gave it to Oscar Cortes. I mean, you could not have treated this guy any more abysmally than Rangers have. And it's made no sense to me. Yes, I get it, there might be sums involved. But what did we say? We said months ago, think outside the box. You're looking at a Rangers team that were relying on Scott Wright's, Rabbi Matondo's, Kieran Dowell's been getting games in these kind of last third areas. Ross McCausland scored a good goal last week. Are you telling me Ross McCausland has got more talent than Ianis Hagi? Because we'll have a fight about it. Hagi might not be a world beater, and I agree with that. But he's a very, very talented boy and a potential game changer. And for him to be sitting wasting away when Clement was going to the well with these other guys, it's been ludicrous from the start. I'm really glad for Hagi in particular that they've reached a common sense conclusion on it and that he's back in the fold. But, you know, as I said to you, even the fact that he can't even get his old shirt back, which probably means his old locker's been taken off him as well. What a way to treat somebody. It's madness. But I will come back to it. Over a year ago, when he was coming back from that injury, bad injury, he seemed to me like a guy who had done a power of work in the gym to get himself ready for the start of that season under Michael Beale. And he was, during the pre-season performances, I thought he was the one guy who actually caught the eye. I thought, he looks good. He looks full of energy. He looks stronger. He looks
sharp.
If he's bulked up a bit, he's sharp. And the first thing they did was, you know, get him as far away out the place as possible to make road for Sam Lammers. He's not been treated any better by this manager.
Yeah.
But you look at him and you look at the standard of performances that he's been clearly putting in, week in, week out in the B team, albeit, I think he has the potential to go straight into that team and make a difference. And I think he could play in any one of the three positions behind the main striker and improve this Rangers team. In fact, I don't think there's any doubt about it. So I'm really pleased for him, and I'll be really fascinated to see how this transitions now that he's coming back into the fold. Is Clement going to give him a fair crack at the whip? Well, that seems unlikely given what he said. So it just seems like a very badly handled situation. And things have been said that didn't need to be said. There was no need to come out and say, we've told him and his agent he's not good enough. He's he could be here for another 2 years. He's not going to play as my number 10. Well, you might find he might be there for another 2 weeks and he'll be playing as Philip Clement's number 10. But again, there's another mistake being made there. He's not his name's not in the European squad, so you'll not be seeing him on Thursday night.
No.
But I'm guessing that Hagi comes back like a player with a real point to prove. And if he's given the chance to show what he can do, I expect him to grab it.
Let me hit you with some comments, Keith, because we have had a big reaction to this on Record Sports social media channels. Stephen Kilpatrick, best player in the league, Euros last 16 with Romania. Why wasn't this done weeks ago? David McLeod, paying him a fortune to play in the B team was insane. And a couple of live comments that have come in on YouTube. Rangers, is he okay? I wasn't keen on Hagi coming back a month ago. Not going to lie, his agent is a mouthpiece, but fair play. His attitude seems spot on and can help us in the short term, even just to January. He takes issue, though, Keith, with your comment about the squad number. I don't agree with taking the squad number off him, Keith. In May, he told his agent he wanted to find the new club. We signed Cortez a few weeks later. The number was available.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ianis Hagi would agree with that comment or if he would refute it. I'm not sure at any point he has been demanding to get away. He's not a Todd Cantwell. There was no such conversation as far as I know. I think, and for everything that I've heard from him and from the people even in at Rangers, this guy is fully committed. He's been crying out for the chance to make an agreement with Rangers that would allow him to get back in and considered for the squad. He just wants to play football. I don't think that he was ever agitating for a move or looking to get away. I just think decisions have been made. By the way, if Clement fancied him, he could have brought him back from Spain to have a look at him last season. There's been no interest shown in Hagi for whatever reason. I think wrongly. And let's see, maybe Clement's right. Maybe Michael Beale was right. Maybe he's not any better than Rabbi Matondo or Kieran Dowell. I rather suspect that Ianis Hagi is about to prove that isn't the case.